Hello, I'm lying on the ground here just sitting up with video recording. It's a hard one to describe the phenomenon I just had, right? It basically means on the Mayan calendar there's 13 steps before we reach universal consciousness. This is something we either retire to or descend or ascend into ourselves within each other or in and of itself as an individual. You know, I've made 3 or 4 opportunities myself in recent years, not hitting the bar, so to speak, or the evolutionary wage. These are supposed to be coming to everyone across the planet. I know I'm not supposed to be sneaky talk about this, but if we don't reach further about level 3, which is nationalistic consciousness around the planet, nationalistic means we back each other as a nation versus nation type of thing. You might think a certain nation's holding us back, you might certain nations advancing, whatever it is. But at the same time, it's about coming to level 8 by about 2 to 3 years' time, so I understand. I'm not just thinking he's supposed to talk about it for fear of embellishing or working against the notion, because it's the fear I have within myself, and it's a fierce face to go to the notion of societal dysfunctionality or the destructuralization, I suppose. So I'm putting this video up quickly just to reassert the notion of self-assertion, self-observation, self-awareness and self-consultation. That means to preserve oneself through fear that you need to evolve. You need to evolve in case anything happens here, and that's the notion of hell setting in for a lot of people, or people being banished to hell or sent to hell. You know, I think these are religious fears or debunkments from a book. If people don't reach a certain level of scale, they're going to be left in heavy, dense realities where war will break out. This is our fear as humanity, as human beings, where we get confronted by fear, by war. It's not necessarily a fear of anything, but in the name of you got having a local shop, thinking of having a local shop. This is the type of fears I'm trying to instill in people, so they learn that you have to acknowledge your fears, work through them, write about them, and doctor them in a sense. I don't think a doctor can do it for you. I want each person to really, ideally, realistically, know myself and what I've been through to find their own natural course. Like a river finds a stream, which finds a sea, etc., etc., etc. So I'm saying that if we don't reach about bar 8, which is about power level consciousness, which is about understanding the dualistic nature of the mind, and about dualism, you can't be single-eyed. In the words of Christ, he says, when I become single, I shall see, or I shall see singularity, whatever it is. So it's about reaching a harmonious level of consciousness within oneself, where we talk to each other coherently, consensually, and consecutively, rather than deceiving and decepting one another, deceiving or deceptively confronting one another. When we reach a high level of awareness, we know when we're being confronted by deception. We know it. There's nothing to argue about, we just know it, and that's where our sensations and our feelings kick in. We have fear-mongering state, but sometimes it's a challenge in itself to face and confront it, looking in the eyes, saying, "Are you lying to me? And are you honestly lying to me?" And you look in the eyes and depict that. Once you do that, you can go back and sit a few notes, draw a few notes, say, "I know his first is lying to me." You can sense for yourself whatever's going on, and this is where your awakening needs to occur. A lot of people have heard about awakening over the years, but I'm very petrified. We're on about stage 3, we should be on about stage 4 or 5 right now, in relation to the Mayan calendars and the Mayan periods. And I recommend, just as a last time before we go, that people watch Ian Zell Lungold on the Mayan calendar, the Mayan civilization. You'll find a documentary about him and his revelations on the pyramids all over South America. So I can join the other pyramids, but everyone should be beyond this stuff now, and I'm really worried for those who feel safe. You might feel safe now, but if anything happens, like destabilization or destructuralization, or any more fear sets in at a collective level, it means we have to pick up each other's pieces even further. So I'm asking people to recollect within themselves where they feel they are, whether they feel a national consciousness, international consciousness, universal consciousness, where they feel they are, and try to reciprocate to a higher level. Somehow or other, it has to be done collectively. And I hope when this will come through, this new humanity comes through, and we go to what we call heaven. It's an individual pursuit, but it's my job as a guide in this life to tell people where to go. I don't know if you could ask for assistance, you can pray to my soul. You can ask my soul for assistance. I don't necessarily like praying, as I said before. Whatever it takes, ask for assistance if you haven't got it. For a guide, for an assistant, for a nurse, whatever it is. And I mean to nurse who people heal. I feel they need to heal places as well, like emotional wounds. It's all capable, it's all there in its own way. It's just a matter of accessing it. So please open up and remind you of the Mayan calendar research and realise we're only going through the 21st century here of a very early civilization in the universe. So we have to catch up with what I'm saying. Thank you.